Just making sure the mic's on and we're good to go. So what's going on, guys? Welcome to Own the Chaos. This is the midday market recap, and this channel is specifically dedicated to the over-the-counter stock space. So if you're unfamiliar with what over-the-counter stocks are, these are stocks that are not traditionally traded on the New York Stock Exchange. It's a very volatile environment, and it takes a lot of discipline to learn how to own the chaos that is the OTC. So welcome if you're visiting for the first time. Hopefully I earn a subscription from you and a thumbs up as well. And I'll wait for some other folks to join in as I have shared my link on in our Discord group. And if you're not familiar with what that is over at WeTradeHQ.com. So WeTradeHQ is a platform that I designed with my partner Jake that's not just specifically dedicated to the OTC or penny stocks in general, but everything. If you're looking to trade anything in the market, whether it's ETFs, options, Forex, big board stocks, even cryptocurrencies, there's going to be a place for you over at WeTradeHQ. So go check that out. It's absolutely free to join. We have over 4,200 members from around the world learning and growing and celebrating each other's success. It's a great community to be a part of, so I highly encourage you to check that out. So what's going on, Mike? Arm Trader Muiz. Yeah. Caleb, you crack me up, man. Mark, beam me up. Papa Wolfek, hey, I haven't seen you check in a while, so good to see you, man. Joker, Raquel, good to see you, Raquel. Trials, Blade Runner, Darren, great to have you guys. So what's going on today? Well, there's been some decent movers. Some of them we've went over yesterday at Stock Watch Sunday, which if you haven't checked out, go watch that video as well. And some other new ones that popped up this morning that we were able to capitalize on too. And so we went over a couple of them within my morning mentorship. And if you're interested in checking that out or stepping up your trading game, I highly encourage you to check that out as well. Links are in the description. There's folks that are here that are checking in that are also in that mentorship, and they are killing it. It's been really awesome to see how we've grown over the last several months. It's been, for whatever reason, really catching on, and it's been really awesome to see. So as per the usual, let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. And so this is WeTradeHQ. So if you go to WeTradeHQ.com, you can search your favorite ticker up here in the search toolbar. And this is what pops up. So I search PVDG. My integrated trading view charts show up. I can talk about it amongst my friends. I can hang out in Discord if I want. Look up any news that might be popping up on PVDG. And so yeah, let's get to it. PVDG right now is up. Let me look at my scanner here. It's up 20%, making a nice comeback from its dip earlier. And what's going on with it right now is that there's just really some unusual volume. So it just keeps picking up here. And so looking at the share structure, as you can see, it has a really small share structure. Just not going to really take much for this thing to really get going. So unusual volume pops up on stuff, and it usually lends itself to potential catalyst that may be arising. And it's also important to understand that, how front loading works, and, pump and dumps, being able to, identify those so that you don't get stuck in them. But I don't think PVDG is actually one of those in one of those cases. I think we've seen some healthy consolidation here. And we saw a little pop up and a little bit of a sell off. And I really like how this chart is setting up. And it reminds me a lot of IRNC, which ran 2,700% just 2 weeks ago. So if you look at, here's the run on IRNC. We saw this go from sub penny all the way up to over 6 cents. Now, I'm not saying that PVDG is going to make a run to 6 cents. I don't really believe in price targets all that much. So every stock's a little bit different, but I like the way that the chart is setting up. So if we go before this run started, okay, this is on the daily chart, have this pulled up. So the same pattern happened. You have a little bit of a run up and then a small sell off, and then here comes the big boom. I think that PVDG does resemble similar to what happened with IRNC. Now, I don't know if there's in fact indeed a catalyst coming about, that same catalyst that happened with IRNC, but it's certainly very telling the way that the same type of pattern is forming on PVDG. So I was able to get in on PVDG in the 008 range, 0083, 0084. And we'll see if this continues. It's trading right now up over a penny. I think it came back up over a penny. Up close to. It's at 0093 or 0087, sorry. And so I really like this. I think that, I didn't go crazy, didn't, throw the boat at it or anything like that, but I'm waiting to see if this continues to develop. What happened with IRNC is that there wasn't any news here either. There was just some rumblings. It's always a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of market, as it seems like it is lately. And so I think that perhaps unusual volume may be showing up because somebody knows something, or there's chatter about something going on. That's kind of really what moves the OTC a lot of times. And you can make a lot of money on hype. And so that's what I think could be happening with PVDG. We'll wait and see. This is something that I'm looking at. I'm just comparing both of these charts, and I like the way that this one moved. Obviously, I missed out on IRNC making a lot more money than I could have. And so I'm trying to basically rectify that by seeing how PVDG may react as well. We'll see what comes about this later on this week. But I'm liking the way that the price action is moving so far. The next one's VNUE. VNUE has approached a key resistance point, and it just started to break it. Hasn't really held it so far. It's only kind of wicked up over that resistance, but it's at 003. Now, this was the one that was on my Stock Watch Sunday last night. I went into very great detail on how VNUE has been moving. It's setting up quite nicely. If it breaks 030 and then heads to 035, I think that is the biggest resistance right there at 035. If we broke 035, I think we could see some a really strong move from VNUE as long as dilution stays away. Right now it is looking really strong on VNUE, and I think that this could potentially be one of the plays of the week, as long as that dilution stays off. So just it is seeing lots of volume today, Mike. What's going on, Michael Smith? Good to see you as well. Eva, what's going on? Yeah, good to have you. Best mentorship on the planet. Appreciate that. Yeah, go check it out. Links in the description. The morning mentorship where I go live on every day from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time, basically just to kind of look at potential catalysts that might get the market moving. We can make some decent plays on, set a plan, execute that plan after the market opens. Lots of people see value in that, and it's really been paying for itself for a lot of people. So next one's going to be DABC. Now, this one's a little bit surprising to me. It was a little bit surprising to me, I should say, until I looked at this chart. This chart looks really good right now. And DABC, we talked about this last week. They came out with news that their luggage, the Samsara Luggage Incorporated, which is set to merge into DABC, was chosen as the motivating playoff gift for Golden State Warriors and launches global sales via Amazon shops worldwide. This is the news release that came out last week. That's what really got DABC moving. Huge dip here. And so now this is forming a sweet cup and handle formation. I think that we could see, as long as we see some decent consolidation at the top of this cup, perhaps we could even see breaks into well over 2 cents. Remains to be seen if that'll actually happen, but I really like this setup right now. Time and time again, this setup has worked wonders for me. I have yet to have bought into DABC, but if this really breaks out of this cup and handle formation, we could see some really great moves out of DABC for sure. Share structure looks great. It's been moving quite nicely based off of that news, that catalyst. I'm not saying that it's going to continue from that catalyst, but I'm looking solely on this chart from a technical analysis perspective. This cup and handle formation looks fantastic. Late but here, what's going on, Sheila? CRSM on fire due to Uber launch. Yeah, I can check that out. CRSM. What's going on, Bob? Good to see you, man. All right, CRSM. I can take a look at that one. Anybody has any other ones they want me to take a look at today, feel free to bring it on over. But yeah, let's take a look at CRSM. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is probably one that I'm not going to be looking at getting into now. It's probably a little bit late to make that move. But let's pull up the 30-minute chart. Goodness gracious, what happened here? CarSmart Inc. They had to have come out with some crazy news. Let's see. No news there. Most recent was at 3.8. Did it come out with did I type in the wrong one? No, it's the right one. CRSM. I flip ticker symbols all the time. I would have typed in CSRM. They haven't come out with anything recently. Do we know why this thing's been moving like this? This is unbelievable. Crazy move from that. The Uber launch. I guess maybe it just launched and that's why it's moving. Let me see. Let's check out the news here. Company update was back in March. I mean, this is the new COO. So I'm going to Control F and hit Uber. There it is. Working for Uber and Lyft. So, okay. So they actually launched. That's crazy. What a move for that. Unbelievable move. This is, let me look at the daily chart again. Wow. Look at that. Crazy, crazy, crazy move. Here's what I'm talking about though. Like this is another cup and handle and where it like really just kind of took off. We go to the 30-minute chart. You can see how this cup and handle, this is a perfect example of what I can compare it to DABC, what it's doing right now. You can see how this dipped, created a little handle on this cup, and then started to move back on up. I think that we could see something like DABC happen with that as well. As far as CRSM goes, congratulations to anybody who made a trade on this. It's too hot for me to touch at this point. But man, what a move that is. Oops. I mean, it's probably screaming. Yeah, it's screaming for a pullback right now. If it does pull back, look for it to come back down around 4.7. I think that's probably a good area, like if you're looking to add to a dip or if you're looking for a dip buy, something like that. I would say probably 4.7 is a good area to do that with. I mean, will it come back down to those levels? I don't know, but in the last trading day, it's made some unbelievable moves here. Wow. I would venture to say that it's probably not going to pull back down that far, but if it is, that's really the only area of support that I'm seeing at this point. Jesus. Mary and Joseph. ASCK, yeah, I can look at that. Let's do ASCK. Let's see here. Oh, that's right. You're okay. You asked me about this. I'm so sorry. I forgot to take a look at it. So let's just do it now. ASCK. Let's pull this up. This is one that I traded way back in the day. I traded this a long time ago. Made some decent profit off of it. Nothing crazy. But the daily chart looks like it's reached some pretty low lows here. Let's check out the share structure. So anytime I'm doing due diligence, I'm going to look at first the chart, see what it looks like. I'm going to go straight to security details, looking at share structure. Share structure looks okay. Super tiny float if that's still the float. So there's always that issue of liquidity, which could be what's going on here as well. I know that ASCK, they had like some sort of plans for development. They had a bunch of property, if I remember correctly, but nothing really came of it. Most recent 10K, let's take a look here. You know what? The filings have been weird on this browser. I'm going to move browsers here real quick on you. Oops. Give me 1 sec. It'll pull up. All right. So ASCK. The next thing I'm going to do when I do due diligence on something, I'm going to go straight to the balance sheet. So I'm looking at the balance sheet here. Do we have notes payable? We do. $411,000 in notes payable. Could be convertible debt there, which is not good. So I'm going to go back to this. They have to come out with something really significant in order to really kind of get this thing going. I mean, to be honest with you. But that's been the running thing with ASCK. Everybody's just been sitting around and waiting, and I think that there is some interesting volume going on here. But look at all this green volume, and then hardly any movement in price action. That's because they're probably diluting. So if we go to pull up ASCK on equity feed. This is the scanner that I normally use. Yeah, no volume at all. Do they have dilutive market makers? Yep. Boom. Just like clockwork. CFGN's hanging out there. That's a dilutive market maker. AL Alps, another dilutive market maker. And Maxim hanging out here at the bottom of the box. So, yeah, every once in a while I'll check out iHub just to see. Because sometimes there's information that people bring to Investors Hub. And so sometimes I'll just look at it just to, get some backup info or whatever else. Every once in a while I'll check that out. I'd love to have everybody from iHub come over to WeTrade HQ, but it's just, we'll get there. We'll be taking it over. Don't you worry about that. So yeah, ASEK, not favorable for me, only because it just has no volume. Look at this, $686 traded on it all day. We're at 1:15 p.m. Eastern time, 4 hours into the trading day, and we have a whole $686 traded on it. So that's probably going to be a no for me, for now. So let's see here. What do you think about INKW? Super frustrating on INKW. I still have yet to have added because we still haven't established a solid bottom on INKW. It still just keeps selling off. They have a lot. I mean, I won't say a lot. They've had some dilution. I think that's what's scaring a lot of people away. Alps is sitting on it right now. I'm looking at level 2. Alps is sitting on it and hiding their share size. So it's frustrating, to say the least. But, that's why we diversify our accounts. That's why we don't, put all of our eggs in one basket. INKW has been a struggling stock for me as well. Something that I'm super frustrated about. Missed the mark on that one. I could have sold it at 05 and bought back in at this price. I would have loved to have gotten in this low initially. That would have been great. But I still believe in the company. I still am waiting. I haven't sold a dime of it. So obviously I'm red on INKW, but I still have a lot of other liquid cash where I can trade all kinds of other stuff with. So, and which we did with things like QPRC and LFAP and a lot of other stocks as well. VNUE, ones we just talked about today. So keeping yourself liquid is going to be the key there. And, diversifying your account is going to be the all other thing. Even though that I'm red in INKW, I got so many other trades that I'm green on that it more than makes up for that. So I'm okay with letting INKW sit for now while I'm making my other trades. And, when that starts to move, it'll start to move. I'm still waiting for that to find a bottom though, and it still hasn't found a bottom on the chart. So I hate to say it, but I think INKW, I don't think this is as low as it's going to get right now. But we'll wait and see where they go from here. Let's see here. Yeah, Investors Hub is like the MySpace. They just never left the MySpace area. So that's it for me, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Great day so far on some of the trades that we made. I know a lot of the folks within the morning mentorship had a great day as well. So if you're interested in checking that out, the links are down in the description below. And I just kicked off a new affiliate program as well. So if you do come into the morning mentorship and you bring 2 friends, you get 1 month free. If you don't have 2 friends, that's fine. You'll still get 50% off. So go check it out. It's over there at WeTradeHQ.com. I guarantee you that it will pay for itself. As long as you follow the plan that we employ. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, I will see you all before the bell. And B Smith is out. Have a great day.